La 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 Hello, party people. Hi. We are here for reading sprints, and I actually have a camera while using StreamYard. Isn't this amazing? This never happens to me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We have a camera on StreamYard. All I have to do is press a couple buttons. I don't know why I couldn't do that before. Let me turn off the clicker. Hello everyone. Let me know if you can hear me, if everything's working properly. Let me know. So, how's everybody doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Today we are doing some reading sprints. I'm going to read one book per sprint like I did last week. I think that's what I'm going to do this week. But we'll see how that goes. The books that I'm going to read are two physical TBR books and then a library book. So I'm going to read Twisted Games. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Okay, that's good. Let me know what you'll be reading during these sprints. Let me know. I'm gonna read two physical TBR books and a library book. I'm gonna do one book per sprint. So I have A Language of Dragons and I have Twisted Games for my physical TBR books. And then for my library book, it's a mystery series, a paranormal mystery series that I've been getting from the library. And this is the 9th book in it. So The Dirt on the Ninth Grave. So I'm going to be reading that. But let me know what you guys will be reading. And let me get the timer and stuff set up before we start. I'm making sure everything's working. Okay. All right. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. That's what I'll be reading. And I don't know. I have my goal every month is to read 10 physical TBR books a month. And so that even if I miss a day, like a month or two, like if I'm below 1 month but I'm higher another month, by the end of the year I should have read 100 physical TBR books. I only need to read 2 more to reach my goal for this month, so I'm very excited about that. Hi bestie. Hi. Well, let me know what you guys will be reading. I got stuff to update you guys on, so it don't matter. I could talk. Oh, can you see my Lunar Chronicle books right there? I reread book 1 last year, or was it the year before? I think it was the year before last, for the first time since I was in middle school when I read them. Great time. But I need to reread the rest of them. First, look at my nails. These are my real nails, guys. For like the past almost year, I've been wearing acrylic nails because I was like, this is a way to protect my nails and keep them and actually grow them out, because one of my biggest goals is to have long nails, naturally long. These are my nails. Like, none of them are the same shape, they're the same size, same length, but none of them are the same shape. The Baby Dragon Cafe, I'm trying to finish it, and The Housemaid. Oh, I'm also reading a dragon book. I'm reading A Language of Dragons. Let me see if I could get it for you. I'm reading this. I'm gonna start it today. Nice spread edges. I'm gonna start it today. I'm also gonna start Twisted Games today. So we'll see. But these are my real nails, and I'm very excited about that. I had acrylics, and I did these myself. I used the little zzz thing that they use at the nail salons, and I did them myself. And then I clipped them down a little bit. I clipped them all down a little bit. but none of them are the same size. Some of them are no same shape. Some of them are squares, like this one, and some are ovals, like these. I'm trying not to flip y'all off. Yeah, this is like a dream coming true. Like look at these two right here. This one is basically in the shape of the nails I always get. It's square, it's long, it's a little curved. And then look at the one right next to it. Oval. Like, yeah, I'm trying to keep them healthy. I'm taking my vitamin D medication, like I'm trying. Um, but also I'm trying to read and watch TV more. And that sounds weird, but like what I mean by that is like I'm a YouTube girly, so for the most part I only watch YouTube stuff, and I've been trying to watch more movies and TV shows, start them and finish them. So like last week I watched two movies, well no, I watched five movies. Um but I watched the Maze Runner trilogy, and then like a couple days later I watched Pretty Woman and Redeeming Love. And I have to talk to y'all about Redeeming Love. That book is that movie is insane, and it's based off of a book, and I kind of want to read the book, watch the movie again, and make a YouTube video on it. Because that's also why I watched the Maze Runner videos, is because I read the books, and now I want to make a YouTube video on it, like comparing the books to the movies. In the next break, in the first break we have after Spurt 1, remind me to talk to you about the Redeeming Love books. They are insane. Like in not books, but the movie I watched. It's insane. It's insane. But yeah. I watched Pretty Woman for the first time since I was a child, and that's like one of my favorite movies ever, but I couldn't remember all the details. And actually watching the movie, I'm like, I don't think I ever finished this movie when I was a child, but I just loved it so much. It's a top tier movie. I love it so much. It's so good. I love it so much. And I love the Maze Runner movies. Those movies were great too. I want to buy the physical media of them, but we'll see. And is anybody watching or know what's going on with Summer House? Let me know, because we could yap about that too, because I have a lot to say about that too. But yeah, that's all I got going on. I did these. Oh, I love watching movies and shows and anime and K dramas and C dramas, but always looking for recommendations. I love a good C drama and K drama. Let me know what type of genres do you like in C dramas and K dramas? Because for C dramas, I mainly stick with historical or period pieces. For K dramas, it's mainly modern, but every once in a while there's a period piece. But um, I got recommendations for both, because some of my favorite, but looks like, because some of my favorite K dramas are The Glory, Beyond the Bar, um, We Hero Class. Wait, hold on. I have a list on my phone. I don't even know what I'm thinking. I have it on my notes app. I have it on my notes app. Every C drama and K drama I've ever watched, I have it on my notes app. I could just look at that for y'all. Let me just pull it up. Oh, my all-time favorite K drama ever is Flower of Evil. Top tier. Um, my top 5 K dramas: Flower of Evil, The Glory, My Name, My Country, The New Age, Big Mouse. I think those are it. And then my top 5 C dramas are Pursuit of Jade, Blossom, When I Fly Towards You, Reborn, and Love in the Clouds. I love a C drama. Some of my favorite movies are Pretty Woman, Salt, The Killers, Hush, things like that. I don't know. I know I have you on Goodreads, so I can always message you on there because all I have is Snapchat since I've never used it or TikTok. I don't have Snapchat, so yeah, it would be Goodreads that you could reach me on. If I remember, I forgot you could message people on Goodreads to be honest. But we should start our first whatchamacallit, our first sprint. So let's do that. All right. And I will see you guys after the first sprint in 45 minutes. Happy reading, happy sprinting, everyone. Goodbye. everyone. Hold on, I have to. There we go. Wait, no, not that. There we go. Hello, everyone. How did everybody's sprint go? Let me know. It started raining here, so you might hear some lightning and thunder. Or you might hear thunder, see lightning, but it still looks hella bright outside on the screen, but it's not that bright inside. But I got to page 92 of A Language of Dragons, and I'm really enjoying this so far. So I'm liking it a lot. But I'm still going to do the thing that I said I was going to do, and I'm going to read a different book every sprint. So I have two more books to read. But this is really good. I'm really enjoying it so far, having a great time with it. So hopefully this continues. The next one I'm going to read for the next sprint, Twisted Games. I never really had an urge or an inkling to read this book, to be honest. I'm just going to be completely honest. But um, I was gifted the first four books. Well, it's only four books, but I was gifted them and they were annotated and stuff. So I was like, I might as well read them. They're free. So I'm going to read them. I've read book one a month or two ago, like 2 months ago. And I actually really enjoyed it. Like it was like a 4.5 read. I really enjoyed it. But it's still like I don't have the urge to read them. So I have to make myself read them, and that's okay. Um so I'm going to start this one during this sprint. I'm hoping to get to page 65 at least, I think. But we also shall be starting this today. I also have to update my Goodreads. And my audiobook is saying I'm 18% into A Language of Dragons. But I'm also going to update my Goodreads to say that I started reading A Language of Dragons. Because sometimes I just be forgetting. And when I forget, I be forgetting I have a Goodreads. Of course, yeah, I love a free book. So I got all four of them for free. So I was like, I might as well read them. So I really actually did enjoy book one, Twisted Love. I gave it like a 4.5 star. I actually really enjoyed it. Because in that book, the third act breakup made sense. And he had to grovel to get her back for over a year. And we saw that process play out. And I love stuff like that because a lot of third act breakups, they break up and they're together a week later. If it was that simple, y'all should communicate that to begin with, and they never do. So don't piss me off. But that one, I loved it. He groveled, and he had to show a level of vulnerability, not just to himself but to others, in order for him to be forgiven. And I love that. He had to embarrass himself a little bit and show himself some vulnerability. Such a macho man to do that is amazing. And he did. And I really enjoyed that book, actually. So this one I think is Royals. So this is the next one I'm going to be reading. Very excited. But honestly, even if I really, really enjoy these books, I don't plan on like reading more Anna Huang. Especially now that she's traditionally published. I could tell that book one, Twisted Games, I think the whole Twisted series was indie before she got published. But I could tell just because of the way it was written. I was like, oh, this is very indie coded. And I love indie romance books. So I like that a lot, actually. I liked it a lot. So hopefully all of them have that same feeling. Hopefully all of them do. But yeah, I love a good indie book. But I am glad I'm starting this because I always use these sprints to basically force myself to read certain books, to sit in front of a camera and read certain books. So that's what I'm doing for these two books because A Language of Dragons and Twisted Games, I have borrowed both of those books from Libby. I'm not kidding, minimum 5 times. And I never sat down to actually just read them. So because of that, I was like, I'm gonna force myself to start them during the reading sprints. So here I am, starting them during the reading sprints. And I'm very excited. Because also, the third book I'm reading is a library book. And I've had these library books for at least a week now. So I need to start them as well. So everything needs to get started. I'm procrastinating again. And I'm reading KU books instead of my physical TBR. I wonder how many physical TBR books I've read this year. Bus a month this year so far. I'm actually I want to know. But the thing is, I also bought a lot of books this year already so far. So it's like the numbers aren't going down as much as I want them to go down. But we'll see. We shall see. I think I've read at least it's what month is it? May? At least 50 physical TBR books. That's not bad. But I would say at least 50. Because again, the January, February, March, April, May, yeah. I'll say at least 50. Because the 10 physical TBR books a month thing that I'm trying to do, I did miss April. No, March, I think. March, I didn't get it. But I think I'm at 50 or close to it. Maybe I'll count during the next sprint to see. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I am. Hopefully I actually make it to my goal. But we'll see. I've been reading a lot of library and Kindle and ebooks lately more than physical TBR books, which I'm not like super mad about, but at the same time I'm like, girl, read something different. But I just can't. I get addicted to KU series a lot easier and quicker than I do physical TBR series. Unless they're urban fantasy. Because if they're urban fantasy, then I'll read all of those. But for the most part, no. But let's see. I'm gonna just do January. How many physical TBR books I read in January? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 8. 9, 10, 10. 10 exactly. 10 exactly. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. I wish I had more oomph in me, but those ebooks do be beating me over the head. I can't lie. I can't lie. But it doesn't matter because I'm gonna rev it up a little bit, just a little bit. I'm gonna rev it up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 5 Libby books borrowed right now that are physical TBR books. So if I read them all, I'll be ahead of the curve. Ahead of the curve? Ahead of the curve, right? I don't know. We're about to start our second sprint, so it's the second to last. Um, One day I'm gonna do a long one that starts like early in the morning till late at night. Reading sprints, reading live. One day I'm gonna do one, guys. One day. I just have to be mentally prepared. I have to be mentally prepared for it though. And right now, I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for like a 12-hour reading stream. But we can do a 3-hour one. So let's get into our second sprint. Let me make my smell small. And I'll see you guys in 45 minutes. Happy reading, everyone. Hello, everyone. Let me make myself bigger. My AC is on. Hopefully, it's not too loud. But hello. Hello. Would you guys like the last sprint to be a longer one? Let me know. Uh, it's 45 minutes on average. Would you want a 50 or an hour? Let me know. But I got to page 69 of Twisted Games, and the next chapter starts literally like the next page. So when the next sprint starts, I'm going to finish this chapter and then go into my library book. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm liking it so far. It's okay. It's good. It's nothing too crazy. But we're also, this is the beginning of this book is the end of book one for the last couple. So we're still in the middle of like things happening. So I'm not too like, this book is bad because we're still in the growing stages. But let me know what you guys read for that sprint. This sprint coming up will be our last sprint of the evening. So remember that. And yeah, let me know what you guys read, how far you got in your books, all the things. It started raining during sprint one and it was like thundering and lightning. And then during the first break, it stopped. And that was just like nothing ever happened. But I believe it's supposed to rain for the rest of the weekend. So let me actually look to see. Ooh, it's supposed to be a thunderstorm, not a rainstorm, a thunderstorm. Ooh, I love reading thunderstorms. I love reading during thunderstorms and rainstorms. I love it so much. So I'm happy about that. And the sun should, oh my God, that was like aggressive. But I'm looking at the weather. It's supposed to be raining every day for the next 2 weeks where I am. That's insane. Wait, no, not the next 2 weeks. The rest of this week. Um, and then all of next week. That's, I love that, but at the same time, that's a lot. But we'll see if it actually happens. And all of them are above 50%, 55% actually. All of them. Wow, that's interesting. It's an isolated thunderstorm where I am. That's new. How fun. 80% done with Cinder. I'm happy to hear it. How are you enjoying it? When I first read those books, I was in middle school and I just reread them for the first time when I was around, I'm 22 now. I read them for the first time when I was 20 or 21. Um, and I loved it when I was middle school. And I just like liked it when I was like 2021. But it's also book one. Book one was never my favorite, anyways. I think my favorite was Scarlet or Cress. So I can't even, but I haven't reread all of them. I've only reread book one, Cinder. Maybe this year I'll read the other three, but I really enjoyed that series. It's one of my first series where I was like, I felt like an adult reading chapter books that like continued in a series. I don't think at that point I had read them like that because I had read chapter books, but they were like they weren't connected in any type of way. So this was like I think this is the first series I can remember reading because I didn't read Harry Potter when I was younger. So I think that one is the first one. Oh, that's so cute. So, okay, so you're reading it with your daughter. That's so cute. That's cute. I like that. I love that a lot. It's such a amazing like gateway book and book series. Like that's what got me to have all these books in my home, you know? Um this that series, the selection and the uh Shadow Me series. I think those were some of the first book series I read. Um, and when I was reading it for the first time, I was like, these are masterpieces. Like no one has ever written literature like this before. And obviously, as you grow older, it's like your taste evolves and the things that you like evolve. But I would consider like that series like sci-fi, and the fact that that was the gateway to me realizing my favorite genres are fantasy and uh sci-fi, like things like that. It's great. I love that. I think that's the oldest, other than like the Shatter Me and uh what's the other one? The Selection. I think those are the oldest books on my bookshelf. Um Actually, what's crazy is I read a lot of mystery and thrillers um when I was in middle school as well, that I most likely shouldn't have been reading. But if you've ever heard of the author Natasha Bishop, I read a lot of her books when I was in middle school as well. That was interesting. I don't think I should have been doing that, but because I remember I read the Luna Chronicle series in seventh grade, I think, and then I read those Natasha Bishop thrillers in eighth grade. So, and I read Women in Cabin 10. I read that in eighth grade. I read The Cellar and The Cabin by Natasha Bishop, also in eighth grade. I also think I started reading ACOTAR in eighth grade, but I didn't know what ACOTAR was, obviously. Um, and all the like smut scenes, girl, went right over my head. I swear, I was reading, I was like, I don't even know what they doing. Like, it was just like gibberish to me. No, Throne of Glass. It wasn't ACOTAR, it was Throne of Glass. And Throne of Glass doesn't have smut in it. I don't, yeah, it was Throne of Glass. That series. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I love that series way more than I love ACOTAR. But top tier. Top tier, honestly. And just think, I read those books because for a long time I didn't know what audiobooks were. So I read all of those books by eye. The dependency I have on these headphones now, insane. But yeah, I love that you're reading that with your middle schooler. I love that. Now there's so many more diverse, amazing fantasies and sci-fis that are middle grade age. Oh my gosh, you don't know how many parents I've heard this from. For some reason, it's either Zane or The Coldest Winter Ever. All like my mama was like, yeah, when I was in middle school, I was reading. I said, oh my goodness, like what is y'all were going crazy with these books. It was Zane, it was Sister Soldier, all of them. And I remember my mom, she told me that obviously she was so young reading those books, she didn't know what a lot of the words meant. So she thought like they had the word whore in one of the books. And she was like, what is a war? I don't know what a war is. Like, because she didn't know what that was. And it's like, that means it was not meant for you to be reading. But did I could still continue? It was like, what's this next battle gonna be? Yep, I still did. I still did. But I feel like that's crazier. But yeah. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. So we're gonna start. I'll add some more time to it. We're going to start our last sprint for the evening. Let me switch myself. And I will see you guys in 50 minutes. Happy reading, everyone. Hello, everyone. Those are that was the last sprint of the evening. So, how did everybody do? Let me know. I got to page 73 of the third and final book that I started. So, let's do a little bit of a recap. The first sprint, I started A Language of Dragons and I got 92 pages in. So, here's that. Hold on. Let me. La la la. 1, 2, 3. Also, let me know what you guys read for the last sprint. I would love to know. So, A Language of Dragons, I got 92 pages in. That was during the first sprint. And then for the second sprint, I read Twisted Games and I got to page 71. So, there we go. And then the third and final book I read was uh, the The Dirt on Ninth Grade, book 9 in the Charlie Davidson series. And I got to page 73. All different things. I thought I would get further in this because I did 55 minutes instead of 45, but I didn't. But I started 3 books. 2 of them are physical TBR books, and one of them is a library book. So I actually think I'm the most excited about A Language of Dragons, and then my library book, and then Twisted Games. But again, like I said, Twisted Games, where I am right now in the story, is the end of Twisted Love. So I'm not taking that to heart because like the plot hasn't really started yet. Finished Cinder, it ended up on a cliffhanger. Yeah, I kept looking like where's the rest? Yeah, now you got to read Scarlet because Scarlet is book 2. And I think if I can remember correctly, Cress is my favorite, which is book 3, but I haven't read them since middle school. But maybe this is like showing me that I should finish my reread because I read book 1 pretty recently, so I think I'm going to maybe do a reread as well of books 2 through 4. And I never read like the novella ones afterwards, like Ferris and all those. So maybe I'll read those as well. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. Um that's all I have planned for today. Those are the 3 sprints. My next live is the 29th. Same time. So keep that in mind. I have a schedule always on my community page on YouTube, so keep that in mind. But yeah, and then next month I'm gonna figure out some more days, most likely on Fridays. But if you guys don't like Fridays and y'all want a different day, let me know because I'll do it. But you guys tell me, guys, which days you like better for reading sprints if it's not Fridays, and let me know in the comments of this month's schedule for reading sprints. Let me know then, and we can change it up. So, yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. I very much appreciate it. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Well, night now. But I also hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. I hope you guys get a lot done this weekend or just have a relaxing break. Maybe it's raining where you guys are too. Have a good time reading, watching TV, listening to the rain. That just sounds amazing. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. I very much appreciate it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next Friday for sprints, but Monday for a new YouTube video. So keep that in mind. And I'll see you guys then. Have a good night, everyone. Good night, good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.